If not, it's
Let's
okay.
go in just a second.
Okay. If you're naked, it's fine.
Yeah, well, not for me.
When I was actually just interviewing Marty Jannetty, who was talking about the 80s, it was very common for wrestlers to walk around naked in the dressing room, particularly the older guys. Did you notice that at all?
The really old guys, yeah, they just didn't care.
Were there any of the younger guys? I actually heard maybe you were the one that said this about Carrie like to walk around naked too, right? But that was more of a joke.
Yeah, I tell you, Dewey, the you know the
Missing link. You were just talking about the missing link walking around naked in the dressing room. Brian's wondering if you ever wrestled him.
yeah, I did a lot. You know,
How was it?
he had an interesting gimmick. He didn't have to do a lot. You know, he just banged his head around and maybe give him a backdrop and a couple of suplexes and maybe a slam and and a count out or it was the easy match working with him. And he lived on I remember driving many times with him and dropping. He lived on a nudist colony, so we'd always drop him off on the way to, on the way back from the town to his nudist colony.
Yeah, I heard Dark Journey, and I don't think it was in Dallas that she managed him, but she went there with him once, I think in Mid South to one of his colonies, and she said seeing little kids playing badminton at a nudist colony, you can't look away. Apparently, she found, but it was hard to comprehend.
The funny thing is when I lived in St. Martin, there was I don't know if any of your people that are watching right now have ever been to St. Martin, but they have a nudist beach there. And the funny thing is I didn't take off my clothes. I just had shorts on. I didn't even know I was on a nudist beach, but everyone on that beach shouldn't have had their clothes off. Not one person had a good body. They were actually is exactly the opposite. It makes you wonder why they'd ever want to take their clothes off.
Did Carrie ever flash you?
Well, we not flash me. He stuck his ass in my face a couple of times.
In the ring, or he wakes
No,
you up
no,
like
no,
this
no.
on the road as a joke?
Not even as a joke. He just, was because we shared I told you last time we shared a room in Israel, and so just being Carrie, he was falling around and a couple of times ended up on my bed with his ass.